Hey YouTube, we're back with part 2 on the Leatherman M.U.T. And as I said at the end of the last video, I purchased these separately to see if it was going to make the Leatherman M.U.T even more versatile. Because if I'm going to keep something, it's got to be more than just one or two things. Now, these are $18 on the Leatherman website, I believe. And what it comes down to is you've got a lot of hex and screwdriver bits, and some are metric and some are SAE. Now I got these and kind of went, if you saw my unboxing on these, it was like, ah, cool, you know, alright, let's see if this works. Alright, well, it was kind of a mixed review, because while you get a lot of great tools, I couldn't get both of these to fit in the Leatherman sheath. And it's, to me, that's paramount. It's got to stay as a system. So what I ended up doing, I went through all of the firearms you see here and a few others that just couldn't fit on the table, and primarily the AR, and decided what would be the best bunch of tools for me to keep. And that's pretty much what I did. So I kept the one. Now the one full of the most useful tools, hey, it fits no problem. Piece of cake. And as I said in my other video, I'm saving that pocket for a front sight tool. So right now that's going to stay empty. So would I want this in my, is this a must-have, I should say, in your range bag? Yeah, I suppose. But again, just got to keep it real. This thing is expensive. So it's got to do more. So what I went ahead and did is carried it as my EDC. Yeah, for just about a week. Took it to work. Seen some of the videos, you know I do a lot of salvage work, and I work with my hands quite a bit. And I carry a lot of tools all the time. So I just added this to the mix. And I also took it out for some just recreationally. Just carried it as an EDC blade. And it had to do that. If I couldn't do that with this, I wouldn't keep it. You know, I'd go somewhere else. So I did some comparisons. Compared to the Wave, which is probably their biggest selling multi-tool, you know, this pretty much does everything the Wave does. I mean, there's a few differences, and I suppose it's all about personal. Okay, the M.U.T doesn't have a pair of scissors. You know, okay. Is that a make it or break it for me? No, because I don't use scissors very often, and I already EDC the Leatherman Juice S2, which has a pretty decent pair of scissors on it. So, can you carry both? This thing is so light that you can carry it anywheres. So if I really wanted to, I just carry both of them. So it's not a deal breaker over the scissors. Okay, this one doesn't have a separate serrated knife, and it doesn't have the files, which is probably, you know, the scissors and the files are probably the big difference. For me, that's not a problem. That's not a problem. This is a passable EDC for me. You know, if I had to have one multi-tool, and it had to include some backups for firearm use, yeah, this would be the one. If I didn't own an AR-15, and I didn't anticipate having to use this in and around firearms all the time, I probably wouldn't own one. Because I wouldn't call it a top-notch camper. It's a little heavy, especially, well, you can compare it to the Wave. Now, the Wave's, I don't know what, 8 ounces. This one's over 11. So it's a hefty tool. The belt clip. You know, I'm probably going to end up taking that off. I think this tool is just too bulky to take any chances. If you put this in your pocket, let's just say you best case scenario it, and you do go ahead and put the bit in, if I can get the right angle on it, which, like I showed you, covers, pretty much keeps anything from getting into that blade. And then you put this inside a pocket, that is what's hanging out. And to me, that's just inviting something to grab it and jerk it out of your pocket. So if I didn't have the sheath, I'd still just put this down deep and just let this ride in a pocket. And with the sheath, okay, if you have the sheath, then why do you need the belt loop? So the odds are really, really good that I'm going to take that belt loop off that came off of it. It's not a weight issue. I think it's extraneous. I don't think you need it. So having it out as an EDC blade, well, I like the shape. You know, it's got just enough belly to be able to cut down on a surface. You know, if you have a straight blade, that's not going to happen. There's enough actual blade for me beyond the serrations, so that's fine. I EDC a SOG Flash 2. Is it that big? No. Is it as light? No. But it's got a lot of other stuff going for it. So would it replace my Flash 2? No. Is it a good companion to that if something goes wrong? Yeah. Same thing with these cleaning features. Now, if I quote-unquote bug out or at the range, which I honestly don't usually clean firearms at the range. I will not be shooting the weapon I'm EDCing when I go to the range. That's just not my style. I go to the range, I kind of rotate the different firearms depending upon when I go to the range to try and keep my proficiency up on all of them, but I'll almost never, in fact, I never shoot at the range with the handgun I'm EDCing. So, do I really need this to clean? No. And this little booger is what I'll usually carry in my range bag or my range backpack, quite honestly. And if I lost the handle to this, the whole kit is gone, so having a spare handle doesn't make any difference. Now, the only thing I could see where I would use this is I could see having the brushes here and maybe the puller for pulling through patches here just to expedite it. So you'd have to go switch back and forth. So, I mean, it's not a game killer. It's there, it's nice. Yay, Leatherman. It's cool. But one other purpose of this is, and one of the things that Leatherman really got right, is this is a comfortable thing to carry. And it gets even more so when you remove the belt clip. Is this a viable self-defense weapon? Yeah, it actually is. If you just happen to have this in your fist and have to defend yourself, you just draw your own conclusions. So it is. They did a really good job with the ergonomics on this. You know, everything is rounded, even little plastic part. It feels good in your hand like that. So, in conclusion, if I didn't have any other multi-tools, would this be the first one I bought? For me, as a firearms guy and an AR platform owner, yeah, it'd be really close to the top of my list. If you amend that to being the only full-size tool, hands down, yeah. Because even with the expense, you do get, this great sheath, which I can't say enough. If you own a Wave or something, go look at the sheath. They sell them separately. These sheaths are awesome. As a companion to the Juice S2, which just happens to be my EDC blade, yep. I think these two are a great combination. I really do. At this point in time, except for just cool, as a AR platform owner and a firearms guy, I think the combination of these two products from Leatherman are a really good way to go. Something to think about. I'm ending. Thanks for your time. Fair winds, y'all. Have a good day.